Welcome. Thank you for coming. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna. Hare Hare. Hare Rama. Rama Rama. Rama Rama. Hare. Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna. Hare Hare. Hare Rama. Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna. Hare Hare Rama. Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama. Hare Rama. Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama. Hare Rama. Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama. Hare Rama. Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama. Hare Rama. Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama. Hare Rama. Rama Rama. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama. Hare Rama. Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama. Hare Rama. Rama Rama Hare Hare. Jesus Prabhupada. Jesus Prabhupada. Jesus Prabhupada. Jesus Prabhupada. Shri Krishna. Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Prabhu Nityananda. Shri Advaita Gadadhar. Shri Vasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Krishna Gauranga Nityananda. Welcome everybody. Here we are again in Krishna land. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama. Hare Rama. Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama. Hare Rama. Rama Rama Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Jesus Prabhupada, Jesus Prabhupada, Jesus Prabhupada, Jesus, Jesus Prabhupada, Jesus Prabhupada. Jesus Prabhupada, Jesus, Jesus Prabhupada, Jesus Prabhupada, Jesus Prabhupada, Jesus. Krishna Gauranga. And thank you for being here, everybody. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, 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 Nityananda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Nityananda, Jesus Prabhupada, Jesus Prabhupada, Jesus Prabhupada, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Nityananda, Nityananda, Shri Advaita, Shri Advaita, Nityananda, Gauranga, Gaurachandra, Shri Advaita, Nityananda, Gauranga, Shri Advaita, Nityananda, Gauranga, Shri Advaita, Nityananda, Gauranga, Shri Advaita, Nityananda, Gauranga, Gauranga, Gaurachandra, Gaurachandra, Gauranga, Nimai Pandit, Vishvambara, Nimai Pandit Vishvambara, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, 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 Nanya Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Krishna Gauranga. Hare Krishna. Welcome, Lalita. Thank you for coming. Oh, my goodness. Krishna Gauranga Nityananda, Krishna Chaitanya, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Oh, Krishna, 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 Krishna. Oh, Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. Oh, Krishna, Radha, Radha, Krishna, Radhe, Radha, Govinda, 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 Radha. Oh, Radha Govinda, Radha Govinda, Radha Govinda, Radha Govinda. Radha Govinda. All right. Turn your mics on. Let's do some chanting.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Krishna, Krishna, Hare
Rama
Hare.
Rama, Hare
Rama, Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna, Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Rama. Rama, Rama, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Rama, Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare Krishna. Krishna, Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama.
Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Rama, Rama, Hare Hare,
Rama Rama, Hare
Hare
Hare.
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Rama,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama.
Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare.
Krishna Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Rama, Hare Rama.
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama.
Rama Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna.
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna.
Hare Hare.
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama.
Hare Rama, Hare
Rama,
Rama.
Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Rama
Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama, Rama,
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama. Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna, Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare.
Krishna, Hare
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Rama.
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Rama, Hare Rama. Rama, Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Rama.
Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna, Krishna,
Rama
Hare Hare,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare.
Hare Rama. Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna, Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare Rama. Rama, Rama, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama.
Hare Krishna.
Rama
Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari
Hare
Hari Rama
Krishna,
Hari
Hare
Rama
Krishna.
Rama Rama Hari Hari Hari
Krishna
Krishna Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare.
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hari Hari
Rama,
Hari
Hare
Rama
Rama.
Hari Rama Rama Rama
Rama
Hari Hari
Rama,
Hari
Hare
Krishna
Hare.
Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hari
Krishna.
Hari Hari Rama Hari Rama
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Rama, Hare
Krishna
Rama.
Hari 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 Rama Hari
Rama
Rama
Rama,
Rama
Hare
Rama
Hare.
Hari
Krishna,
Hari
Hare
Hari Krishna
Krishna.
Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama
Krishna Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Rama Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare.
Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna.
Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama
Rama Rama,
Rama Rama
Hare
Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hari
Krishna.
Hari Hari Rama Hari Rama
Krishna
Rama
Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Hari 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 Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Rama, Hare
Krishna
Rama.
Krishna Hari 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 Rama Hari
Rama
Rama
Rama,
Rama
Hare
Rama Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hari Hari
Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Rama
Rama
Rama Hari
Rama,
Hari Hari Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Krishna Krishna Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari
Rama
Hari Hari
Rama,
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna.
Krishna Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama Rama Rama
Hare
Hari Hari
Rama,
Hari
Hare
Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari
Rama
Rama
Rama,
Hari
Hare
Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari
Hare
Hari Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna
Sri
Krishna Hari
Krishna
Hari Hari Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna
Sri
Krishna
Krishna
Hari Hari Hari
Chaitanya.
Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari
Sri
Hari Hari
Krishna
Rama Hari
Chaitanya.
Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna
Prabhu
Krishna Krishna Hari
Nityananda.
Hari Hari Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Krishna Krishna
Sri
Hari Hari
Krishna
Hari Rama
Chaitanya.
Hari Rama 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 Hari Hari Hari
Prabhu
Krishna Hare
Nityananda.
Krishna 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 Hari Hari Hari
Sri
Rama
Ajay
Hari Rama
Takatatara.
Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari Hari
Hari
Rama Hari
Gaura
Rama
Bhakta Vrinda.
Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna
Jaya
Hare
Jaya
Krishna
Sri Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Chaitanya.
Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama Rama Rama
Prabhu
Hari 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 Krishna Hare
Nityananda.
Krishna Krishna
Sri
Krishna Hari
Advaita.
Hari Hari Rama Hari Rama
Gadadara
Rama Rama Hari
Srivasadi
Hari Hari
Gaurabhakta.
Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Hari Hari Hari
Krishna
Rama
Krishna,
Hari Rama 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 Hari Hari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari Hari Shri Krishna Chaitanya 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 Shri Krishna Chaitanya
Sri Krishna
Shri
Chaitanya,
Krishna Chaitanya
Sri
Shri
Krishna
Krishna
Chaitanya,
Chaitanya Shri Krishna
Hare Krishna
Chaitanya
Chaitanya,
Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna
Krishna
Chaitanya,
Chaitanya,
Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna. Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Shri Krishna. Shri Krishna Chaitanya. 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 Shri Krishna Chaitanya, 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 Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, 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 Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, 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 Nityananda, 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 Nityananda. Oh, my Lord, Nityananda, Nityananda, Nityananda. Nityananda, 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 Nityananda. 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 Oh, my Lord Nityananda. Sri Krishna Chaitanya. Gauranga, Gaurachandra, Gauranga. Jaya Sachirandana. Jaya Sachirandana. Jaya Sachirandana. Jaya Sachirandana. Oh, Jaya Sachirandana. Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Nityananda. Oh, Shri Krishna. Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Oh.
Jaya Sachirandana. Jaya
Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Shri Krishna.
Jaya Jaya Sachirandana.
Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna
Krishna Chaitanya.
Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Radha, 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 Govinda,
Radha 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 Srimati
Govinda,
Radharani Srimati
Radha,
Radharani.
Govinda. Oh, Radha Govinda. Radha
Radhe Radhe
Govinda.
Govinda
Radha
Radhe
Govinda. Radha Govinda.
Radhe Radhe
Radha
Govinda
Govinda.
Radhe
Radha Govinda. Radha
Radhe Radhe Govinda
Govinda.
Govinda Radhe Radhe Radhe
Radha Govinda.
Govinda
Radha
Radhe
Govinda.
Radhe Radhe Govinda Govinda Radhe Radhe Radhe
Radha Govinda.
Govinda Radhe 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 Govinda
Radha Govinda. Radha Govinda.
Radhe Radhe Govinda
Radha Govinda.
Govinda
Radha
Hare
Govinda.
Krishna
Radha Govinda. Radha Govinda.
Krishna Krishna
Radha Govinda.
Hare
Radha
Rama Hare
Govinda. Radha
Rama
Govinda.
Rama Hare
Radha. Radha. Radha.
Krishna
Radha.
Krishna
Radha.
Hare Rama Hare
Radha.
Rama Rama Hare
Radha. Radha.
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama
Radha.
Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna
Radha.
Krishna Krishna
Radha. Radha.
Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna
Radha
Krishna Krishna
Govinda, Radha Govinda,
Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna
Radha Govinda, Radha
Rama Rama Hare
Govinda,
Hare Krishna
Radha Govinda, Radha Krishna, 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 Krishna. Oh, Hare Krishna, 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 Radha, Krishna, Krishna, Krishna,
Hare Krishna Hare
Krishna, Krishna,
Hare Rama
Krishna.
Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare Rama Rama
Krishna,
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna
Krishna, Krishna,
Hare Rama Hare Rama Rama
Krishna,
Rama Hare Hare
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Krishna, Krishna,
Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama
Krishna,
Rama Rama Hare Hare
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama
Krishna, Krishna,
Rama Rama Hare
Krishna, Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare
Krishna,
Hare Rama Hare Rama
Krishna, Krishna,
Rama
Krishna,
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Krishna, Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare Rama Hare Rama Rama
Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Krishna. Oh my,
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna, Krishna,
Hare.
Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna,
Rama, Hare.
Krishna, 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 Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare.
Krishna, Krishna. Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Sri Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaur Bhaktavinda.
Jaya Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Sri Advaita Chandra Jaya Gora Bhaktavinda.
Wow. Oh, Krishna is so merciful. Yeah, it's really, yeah, to give us such an intoxicating name. I always liked getting intoxicated. Yeah, now I found the best one.
Keep it healthy.
Yeah, yeah, karma-free intoxication. It's great, man. Yeah, yeah. The holy name of Krishna. This is Padmavali by Rupa Goswami. The holy name of Krishna is transcendently blissful. Can you tell? Can you tell it's transcendently blissful? See, the person who wrote this verse is just explaining his experience. Transcendental blissful. It bestows all spiritual benedictions. See, so that's the effective stage. The effective stage is you're chanting, spontaneous love awakens. See, and the chanter is noticing, my God, my life is just so nice. See, this is because you have this intimacy with God again. You have this closeness. This is why this is the whole purpose of life is to achieve this state of union. See, state of the union. Isn't it funny they got in the world a state of the union? See? So the union of all states, state of the union, they're all uniting together. It's a great word. But when it's spiritual, it's perfect word. Otherwise, it's not quite perfect. Because you see, the union is always broken by Maya at some point. See, the union of all, look at the United States, they're warring against each other now. See, divide and conquer. The Maya comes in and divides everything and conquers. We got World War III over there. Well, whatever that is right now, who knows? Oh yeah, the music. Thank you. Yeah, who knows? But it's all divide and conquer. See, so this is you never get perfect union. You unite for a time, and people think, "Oh, now we got peace." See, and then the contamination comes in, and the war comes in to divide. It's always like that. This is the material universe. It's not a good place for a gentle man or woman. So that's why the most intelligent people will come here and get attached to the chanting of Krishna's name, and that attachment pulls you out it's like rocket fuel. It pulls you right out of the material universe into the spiritual world, even while you're here. Yeah. It's like the saying of Jesus. He says, "Oh, you think what all these things are really great? How about when you see all the angels descending on the Son of Man?" What do you think that means? That's just the angels. That's diddly squat, man. We have all the acharyas descending here in our sangha, here on the devotees. All the acharyas, their line, their energy, their blessings, because there's a big work happening here. When there's big trouble, there's a big saviors. See? Big saving grace has to be. The Lord shows his omnipotence, his presence, his all-powerful presence over everything. Even to the demons, they begin to see the glory of God. Isn't that what happened with Prahlad? They saw the glory of the Lord being supreme even over the biggest demons. Nobody can. No, that's why the real devotees never glory in themselves. Prahlad didn't glory. He said he gloried in the Supreme Lord, the power of the name. The name is what gave him everything. He knew that. All devotees, Jesus knew. The Bible knows, preaches the glories of the name of God. Those will be saved who call upon the name of God. See, the name, but you got to would come to the point of this attachment to that name, not just, in name only. No, in name and devotion with that name. But you can't, see, this is not artificial. You have to get the gift like we all got the gift. I didn't get this on my own. I got the gift. Probably in another lifetime because it's just, you could see people who get the gift here now because we're authorized. They get the gift now. You think they're not going to have the gift if they come back again for, to be a great teacher or come into the association of these great souls that you're now aware of how great they are? You don't just walk by them, do you? We don't just walk by Rupa Goswami. We come and take a drink. Hey, man. Got to have some, have a drink with these guys. Right? I come to Rupa Goswami, have a drink, man. Cheers. Yeah. Hey, man, he writing these verses, he was having a drink, man. It's always about having a drink, man. Yeah, Jesus told the truth. He says, unless you eat my body and drink my blood, you have no part of me. See, that's how he lost 50 disciples. They couldn't understand the esoteric truth about that. And Jesus thinking his body is the body of the Lord, man, the body of God. See, unless your transcendental senses are awakened, then you have to eat that name. That name has to be food. It's food for Krishna and the Lord living in your heart now, because you've been awakened by coming to the real devotees. These other guys can't awaken the Lord. They've had 50 years. Hey, man, show me one Jaipataka disciple or Radhanath disciple that has awakened the Lord in the heart. You had 50 years to do this, man. I just started preaching in 1996, and we have a whole handful of people already got this. And we only have a handful of people here, too. Can you imagine if thousands came? That's what happened with Lord Caitanya. Gradually, more people came, just like here. Gradually, more people are coming. 20 people, that's pretty good. 25 yesterday or something. And, people are coming. They're seeing this is solid, man. I got an interview on Monday coming with somebody, Krishna devotee. Yeah. See, so because, this is the Lord is pleased with our worship, even though we're just nincompoops, we're no smart. He's kind of like that. He likes to show, hey, man, this way you won't glory in yourself. Like, you see, we cut down the pride, the people who think, what, do you think I'm a weak devotee? Oh, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Let's cut that down, man. See, that's the contamination in that's why that has to be cut down. That's what the Lord Caitanya was dealing with. He had the Vallabhabhata, Ramachandra Puri, and others that came in like that. And by the association devotee, if they were sincere, they would cut down that pride. Has to, because all it does is it just wants to use bhakti to increase that. That's why if you don't realize that's hypocrisy and that's pride, somehow or other, but this is somehow or other, then that'll take you down. Your pride will grow and grow because you take all the water here and you just feed the pride. You know why? Because you don't know you're proud. You don't know that you've taken shelter of pride. You haven't identified it yet. Okay? And that's the biggest thing. And once you identify it, oh, I see. Okay, boom, gone. Ah, this was in my way. Yeah, of course it's like, there's a mountain in front of you and you're blind, right? You don't see the mountain and you're trying to get past the mountain, right? You just keep bumping in the mountain. Oh, there's no mountain here, right? Don't you see people saying that? Oh, there's no purification here. Oh, there's no mountain here. And all the Vaishnavas out here tried to break these people through. And they said, no, there's no mountain here. There's no purification here. No. And you keep watering the weed with all this bhakti you get here. And the pride keeps growing and growing. And you wonder why the Lord steps in, through the devotee to cut down that weed. You're going to have all kinds of other problems. The holy name will deal with that. But the pride thing has to be cut down, man. It's a mountain, man. It causes you to do that last offense, the deal breaker. See? That pride causes you to do the deal breaker. The deal breaker is you break the deal, with God. Yeah. It's like Jarasandha. Look, he followed the rules and regulations so perfectly. My God, the guy got power from that. Just like you get power by following the rules and regulations, you get a kind of a shakti, an energy. You get a power over people and their minds too, because most people's minds are weak because they taken shelter of the Maya, and you're taking shelter of study of the Vedas and fastings and all of this. See, but you got to get through the deal breaker, the false ego. You think, wow, I'm a great Vaishnava, like Vallabhabhati. He was a great aristocratic Brahmin who followed rules and regulations and all that stuff. But then there was the deal breaker. Made him offensive towards the devotees. Not that they took offense, they thought, oh, let's just get away from this here. They don't want to be around. What does the Lord say? You resist the proud. Okay? So the whole point is the best thing you can get here for the proud people that come is to be aware of the mountain, that mountain. He even says in Chaitanya Charitamrita that Vallabhabhata had a mountain of pride. Okay? But you couldn't see it. Can you imagine? This shows you the blindness of the false ego layer, competition. Isn't it my ex-wife the same thing? Dealing with the same thing? She cannot see because of that mountain of pride. She cannot see it. Therefore, she cannot acknowledge and see the glory here. It's a mountain in front of her. Mahavirya also, Meena also, everybody, Christina. See, Christina, good example. Thank you for your service of showing the world what not to do. Take this water here, that ecstasy, and water that pride, and then you become offensive and you criticize, where you got it. What is the difference between that and Lord Shiva giving the boon to his devotee, and the devotee asks for a stupid boon? Let me break the head of anybody I touch. So when he got the boon, he said, well, let me start with you. See, that's what Christina did. So you get the boon, so you get a boon of this bhakti, and say, okay, let me use this to break the head of the guru. Let me turn on that guru. My ex-wife also. All of Mahavirya, all of them. The deal breaker. You broke the deal, man, with God. That's caused it breaks the Bhakti Lata Bij. Breaks it. Mad elephant offense. You think these are just words in the book? That's why I try to help, when I see, they all fell by the wayside. And I'm thinking, okay, this happened like 4 or 5 times with the people of the pride. What do I do now? Do I just let it go and let them go into this and feed that? Or do we get into action a little bit? That's what we're trying to help you people out there that are still in hypocrisy because you can't see the mountain of pride in front of you. See? So, we don't want to, to use the water to, you can have all kinds of weakness and everything. But the problem with pride is you don't know you're weak. You think you're strong. That's the problem with it. I have problem. I can't control my senses properly or perfectly. I'm no big sannyasi, but I know that I can see. And the Lord says, okay, of course you're in the material, you're a Sudra. What do you expect? But I'm still going to use you, even though you're full of knots. See, I know I'm not perfect. I know I don't have material perfection of being like a Narayan Maharaj who followed. But I look at that, and I look at all the pride everywhere there. See? But the pride disqualifies you from understanding the Lord's thing. He can use a person that has weaknesses and other because they can admit that. But the proud never do unless they have some help here. Do you see why it's always like that's the deal breaker? That's why Jarasandha could not move on. He was proud of his austerities. He was so blind from that pride. He thought he was better than Krishna. He criticized all these things. So that's the deal breaker. See? That's the contamination in our Sangha. Those who are proud that are not aware of it. So you're lucky we're doing this. Prabhupada used to let, he said, he said there's actually so many envious. What can he do with so many thousands? What could Bhaktisiddhanta do with 60,000 disciples with all, with the coming for some very various motives? Some probably even poisoned him. That's what Prabhupada said. He said, because nobody knows exactly, but, people killed their spiritual master in the Bhagavatam, it says. So these things happen. And Prabhupada said he was getting injections. He was only 64 years old. Look what they did to Socrates, a great teacher. Look what they do to all. What did Jesus say they do to the prophets? They kill the prophets and make tombs for them. What did they do in the ISKCON? You guys are worshiping these guys who were against the ecstatic devotee, Gaur Govinda. You gave him so much trouble. And then when he passes away, you build a tomb for the guy. Just like the Bible, you're just a repeat, man. Why are you worshiping these people? Don't you have any good sense yet? Well, you come here, will you get some good sense? Can't you see that's religion? It's the deal breaker. Yeah. Here, the Lord is giving so much mercy. See the ecstasy here? This is, I appreciate it. Oh, thank you, Lord, man. Hey, these guys aren't saying, thank you, Lord, for showing devotees here with ecstasy. We haven't seen this for 550 years. And you think anybody would say that in ISKCON or any of these groups? No, that's who you're worshiping. You're blind leaders and blind followers, and you're going into a ditch. That's where you go. That's what Jesus said. That's what all liberators say when they're here to deliver people. You notice that? Jesus said, you blind followers of blind leaders, and you Pharisees, you teachers of God, but not the real God, and you're both falling into a dark ditch because you're using the eyes of a blind person to see. You think any of those Pharisees were Bhagavad Gita 10:10, worshiping the Lord with ecstatic love like Lord Caitanya did, like Nityananda did, like Prabhupada did, like Bhaktivinoda did, like we do, and like they don't? None of them. So what are you doing, you blind fools? Who I'm not a fool? That's foolish to worship and to believe in and to give all your time and energy to blind people who don't have the eyes of devotion. They can't prove it. Show me, Radhanath or Jaipatak, that you got the symptoms that are described in the Chaitanya Charitamrita and these holy books you so-called worship. Do you represent, are you a manifestation of the living book where it talks about living ecstasy in the book? Are you a manifestation of that living ecstasy? I don't think so. Therefore, you're not giving proper direction. That's why after 50 years, there's still no ecstasy in these movements. It's all a show, jumping up and down like monkeys. See? Oh, and that's so hard for them to take. Oh, how dare he say, see, that's the pride. Yeah. Hey, man, I'm a monkey, but a happy monkey. I'm not ashamed to admit I'm a monkey, I'm a fool, a demon. I come from a demon family. My parents were crazy. That's all bodily stuff. But somehow or other, the Lord is giving me an ecstatic body. So call me whatever you want, throw whatever you want here. Doesn't matter. my body can't feel it. Oh, this body, yeah, I probably feel something, but that's not, I know I'm not this body because I know what body I am. That's how we work here. We'll give you a taste of who you are. Still blind. Yeah, and they will remain blind because they got to follow the right direction. The right direction is you got to go to Shiksha. You need a Shiksha guru to come to this level. Otherwise, you die of Vaidhi Bhakti. Okay, maybe you're a good person. Maybe you're a good guru, but it ain't good enough, man. You got to go through the regeneration. You have to have awakening of the spiritual body so you can taste that holy name in great ecstasy like Lord Caitanya did and taught. Like Nityananda did and taught. Like their real followers did and taught. Like Bhakti Vinod did, but didn't teach. Like Bhakti Siddhanta did, but didn't teach. Like Prabhupada did and didn't teach until we do and teach the glories of that. Otherwise, it's just in the book. You got to find those who can relate to the glories, and they're teaching that. And that was the order of Prabhupada to me in 1996. Now you teach, you finish the work that they started. You see how it's finished? Oh, you're now an ecstatic devotee. Oh, now you know the true Lord. Oh, now you have an intimate relationship with the Lord. What the heck is beyond that? What other teacher or teaching do you need than that personal relationship with the transcendental Lord who you now know and have the power to distribute to others? We are naughty monkeys. Exactly. See, that's an ecstatic devotee could admit that. We're naughty monkeys. We're so naughty. We're just so audacious to just teach the truth and set a lot of people free who want to be. Anybody want to be free? I'm amazed. This is why the Lord comes at this time. People stuck. You want to be like us. You want to be happy even in the midst of these world. Look at that. Have you noticed? Are you under a rock still? Have you noticed that every week there's a catastrophe? Practically a big one, not a small ones. Floods, hurricanes, double hurricanes, droughts, hot, wars, Israel, rumors of wars, like in the Bible says. World War III may happen. All this uncertainty. I mean, I look at it, it's like, my Lord, it's overwhelming what you got going on here, man. And that's, to me, it's great because it's an impetus. I take more shelter than name. I really, what do I got? Hey, man, Lord, I can't figure out all these things going on, man. Yeah, it makes me wonder, what am I doing even with, having any confidence in anything in this world? You know, there's so many things going on, and it's like the heavens are shaking, you know. All these different ideas and all this stuff, you know, and you know, different actual things, you know, wars coming, people hating each other, dividing, and in the last 2 years, you see all these what do you call transgender things and teaching in school, you know, to kids, and then you know finding out there, you know, all this stuff going on all at once. See, that's what is that? That's the changing world. See? So people usually don't have any other option to look at something else. See, that's all they see because they don't have this knowledge. They don't have this information. Oh, hey, look at the changeless Krishna. Krishna. Look at his name. Look at these wonderful changeless glories of the Lord. Oh, isn't that interesting? But they change too. They're like ever fresh. They're very fascinating and interesting, and they grow. Sort of like in the world, but that gives you the peace that surpasses all understanding. Okay? Gives you a happiness that's out of this world, not these miseries and the ups and downs. You know, the war and temporary peace, and then the war and temporary peace. You know, the temporary alliances, the union, you make a union with people, you know, say, where you have a little communication, you know, and all that. But it never works. You know, after a few years, they change governments or something, change politicians, and somebody corrupt gets in there, and then the wars start again. See, people have to lose confidence in that path. That's the path of illusion. Maya. This is the perfect path. This union will never stop. Don't we? Look at this. Every day we have these deep unions with the Lord. And the Lord never rejects. Where is the time where there's going to be a war? There's never a time. The only war that will happen is when the false ego comes in and starts to war with God, starts to doubt the Lord, doubt the devotees, go against the devotees, wanting to be better than devotees, and all that bullshit. See? That's what starts the war. See? But being under the shelter of the Lord's spiritual potency and under the shelter of the real devotees, I'm under the shelter of real devotees here. If you got real devotion, man, I'm under your umbrella here myself too. If you're having controversy with the ecstatic devotees, like Lalita and Govinda and anybody else that has, you can see how they have the symptoms of the mercy, and you're against them or something, that's the false ego. You don't have the full shelter. That's why those who are like that, they suffer a little bit here. You know, still don't quite have the shelter, and they have problems, and they, you know, sometimes they doubt and all that stuff. Because you haven't recognized the shelter. Hey, man, Guru is recognized shelter. That's why I stay happy and peaceful. I stay under Lalita's shelter. I stay under Govinda's shelter. Why not, man? I can trust them. Why? Because my Lord trusts them. Why wouldn't I trust those the Lord trusts? And in our Sangha, I'm here to teach how to learn to trust who's trustworthy. Those who have gotten the special mercy of the Lord are trustworthy. That was the difference between Prabhupada and his God brothers. Prabhupada was trustworthy because the Lord trusted him enough to give himself to Prabhupada, even though he didn't teach fully like we are, but he gave me the order to finish his work, well, which is the work all the way down the line. That's how easy it is. And it's only are the impurities that keep you from taking shelter of those who have gotten the shelter of the Lord. See how it is, man. Pretty simple, huh? Pretty uncommon. What guru has ever told you that? What guru even knows that here? You think Radhanath knows it? You think he'll wash the feet of his disciples like Jesus did? You think I did? I wouldn't. I would love to. You know, I mean, man, my Lord's in the body of Lalita and Govinda. man, I'll please the Lord and I'll feel it. How many of you think like that? See, but that as you get purified, that's why I say all you do, just tie yourself to the mast. Don't let the false ego bewilder you like it did my ex-wife and all these other people to go somewhere else. Look, if you want to analyze their results, do they look like they're really got it? Does Mina look like can't you see she's lost her glow? She had a glow here. She lost it. Now just stern and all, that's what the Maya does. And she can't even see it. See, not enough, that was not enough time here in the Sangha. You need to do enough time here where you see enough and you know enough personal experience. Then when you look out there, you see the difference. That was my problem with my ex-wife, not enough time in the Sangha. Just, I think a couple of years, and then, Narayan Raj grabbed her. But she was also kind of cultivating this. So, anyway. Nowadays, they want to make an anomaly to be accepted as normal. The normal to go for anything. Yeah, exactly. That's, yeah. Yeah, it's, not having bhakti and this devotional, first of all, that's what's normal, is for us to be conscious of our spiritual body and the body of the Lord. The body of the Lord is Satchidananda. See, to be conscious, that's normal. But 99.9% of people are under the Maya, and they're in this prison, and they don't know what their abnormality they consider normal. Just kind of how it is. You notice don't you feel more normal there, Lalita, now in this relationship? Doesn't it feel like normalized? You normalized. You're in properly situated.
Yeah, more real, natural. Yeah. By being close to the Lord, you become more natural and more real, and all those rules, even from society, etc. It's less important than being the naughty monkey of the Lord, the naughty friend who eats the butter with the Lord that He shares with you.
Yeah. It's better, huh? Yeah. Yeah. So let's see. Is this? Is that it? No. Here we go. Krishna's, for it is Krishna, the holy name of Krishna is transcendentally blissful. It bestows all spiritual benedictions, for it is Krishna himself, the reservoir of all pleasure. So when you're partaking of that pleasure, that's when you get all. See, isn't it amazing? What, Jesus said, it is my Father's pleasure to give you the kingdom of God. So he just came to teach the way, that he was the door into the kingdom. See, and if you go through the door, he gave proper direction, but a lot of people go, no, the Pharisees are the door. Isn't that the same thing people are doing? No, Radhanath is the door. No, Jayapataka is the door. No, the Pope is the door. No, Tony Robbins is the door. See, but Jesus was true with his word. He was the door, and he proved it. So, that's why you witnesses, if I say, this is the door, and other people think falsely, but when you go through the door, you're the shepherd of those who are looking for the door, because you tell them, from your own experience. Yeah, I went through the door, this is the door, you come in through there and you get this bliss and ecstasy and everything, just come under the shelter. See, and then people see that it works. Oh, I see. Then the blessings of God are here. Don't you want spiritual blessings? What do you want? Material blessings? What do you want to go to a religionist, a person who may say they're the door or they're a spiritual master, and you can worship them and give them money and time and energy and all your life and soul and pray to them? Oh, Guru Dev, give me mercy. Yeah. Do you know what the mercy if that means you're oh, it's starting to do this weird thing again. Yeah, yeah. So because when you go to where God is working, you get that God result. You get spiritual result, actual, real spiritual result, not speculation. You get the result of a spiritual experiences, of spiritual energy, spiritual happiness, spiritual gifts, spiritual knowledge, spiritual potency. Okay? That means you went to the right door, right? It's like that TV show, Behind the Door. What's behind the door? You have to find the real door with the prize behind it. But people don't know what the prize is because those who are claiming to be the door don't preach what the real prize is, don't teach what the real prize is. Have I not been teaching the real prize is Satchidananda? The real prize is intimacy with God. Why isn't everybody coming here? Don't you, how dare you say that you're a Hare Krishna and not come for that? Don't you want God? Don't you want intimacy with the Lord? Don't you want this spiritual benedictions? Don't you want to be truly happy forever? Don't you want to bust the bonds of karma and birth and death cycle? Don't you want to be liberated from illusion? Don't you want to transcend this material universe? Well, that's all here. Proven. The Lord's benediction is here on us. What kind of monkeys are we there, Lolita? Naughty monkeys. All us naughty monkeys have got it. Just like the monkeys of Lord Ramachandra that served him. What is the meaning? People don't even know the meaning of that. That's monkey. You know, they had 2 legs. They're walking around, and that means us. When you can admit you're a monkey, when you monkey gurus admit you're monkey gurus imitating the real guru, man, now we can get somewhere. Now you can serve the real Lord. Otherwise, you're not qualified. You can't admit you're just a monkey like we've admitted. We're just monkeys serving Lord Ramachandra in his incarnation as Lord Caitanya. It's like Murari Gupta, right? He was Hanuman. He came in that incarnation. We're like that. We're the reincarnations of the monkeys when we served, Lord Ramachandra. We've become monkeys again. See? And the Lord, he likes monkeys. You're good. You're monkeys. You're my monkeys. Then we become part of the rock band and we call ourselves the Monkeys. Remember that rock band? The Monkeys became famous. We become famous as the monkeys of Lord Caitanya. Freddie, make us some promotion on that. We're gonna strap a guitar on Lolita, and she's gonna play a rock and roll song, The Monkeys. You don't think she was just Wonder Woman? No, she's also a good rock guitarist. Singing, she'll be singing songs. But these gurus would never admit they're a monkey. Oh, no. Only Gohari will admit. That's why he has such a small following of 20 people watching. They have hundreds of people. Well, I don't know, hundreds, man. They might get 40, 50 people. I don't know. Shamaguri is listening. Well, thank you. That's nice to hear. Are you really listening? Deeply? Yeah, I think you are. Okay, good. It is a material name under any condition. I like that. See, confirmed. Bitcoin must have went up or something. Yeah, it went up. Good. That's what I like to hear. Up, down, that's the world. It's all up and down, right? You think, I'm happy today. I'm happy today. See, people get into stocks also and crypto, and they're, it's up today. I don't go through that. I just, yeah, it's up and down. And then it shoots way up into the stars. Oh, okay. Catch it. That's when you harvest, It goes way up there, you harvest it a little bit. Yeah, this is the way it goes. I can't get any Ross off of the up and down thing anymore. I can't get any, it's all Ross, the up and down. That's why, people in the world, they taste this up and down thing, Wow, I feel so happy. I met the most beautiful woman or man. Oh, I'm going to be happy. And you feel, and then the down comes. Oh my God, divorce or whatever, or bad day. And then you make up and you're up again and then down. And this is Ross. This is, but it doesn't last, does it? But look how lasting. See, we got an ice cream cone that doesn't melt. Can you imagine having an ice cream cone that doesn't melt? That's you, Krishna. Thank you very much for this understanding, for this taste. And I like this taste. It's always tasty, Yeah, you become rich while sleeping too. Yeah. Okay, what else we got? What other beautiful things? It's about beauty. Isn't it nice? What is real beauty? It's the glories of the absolute truth, the glories of Krishna, to describe his beauty, to taste his beauty, to taste his happiness, to describe this, to share it with others, to have them sit at the same table that you're eating on. Yeah, what else? Isn't that what an artist does? They paint the beauty of the world, but that's just of the world. That's why I was always people paint all these pictures of the world. I think, oh, it's nice, and people are attracted. They think because it's the beauty. See, the beauty of God is reflected in the world. But when you start to taste this transcendental beauty, then you see, okay, it's beautiful because it's connected with the Lord, but that's his material. It's this kind of comes and goes things. It's like a mirage, everything. It's like a painting of the Lord, but then he can paint something else. You can go to some other universe and you'll see another painting. See, a temporary one on a temporary canvas. See, all just taking the modes and structuring them differently and all of that. See? So the spiritual world is also ever changing, but it's always transcendental, blissful, and happy and all of that. So anyway, we're here to teach about these things, show these things, demonstrate them, and lead people into this door, into this paradise, into this mansion of the Lord, right? Isn't it a nice mansion, huh? You become very rich here, rich in bhakti, rich in devotion. And then everything just comes naturally. All of a sudden, people, they want to help you in your mission. You see, isn't that what didn't Lord Ramachandra showed it? He was just so beautiful, so attractive. He was God. He relished his relationships with his devotees, right? Like Sita and all his other devotees. And he became very attractive, and people wanted to help him in his mission. Isn't that what you're doing here? We're just, the Lord has become so attractive to me to this point only already. Okay, I haven't finished. None of us have finished, He's so attractive, right? Lord Chaitanya's mission is so attractive. His gift is so attractive, and it's so attractive to us. And we just keep relishing this attractiveness of the Lord publicly, and then people start to notice, oh wow, what can we do to attain this? Well, help us in our mission. Come here and really, this is the mission: is to taste transcendental happiness. The Lord says, I want people to come in and taste my glory, because it is so good, and they need to know this. They need to know that this is everything for them. It'll be everything for them. They'll become liberated. They'll become purified. They'll become truly happy. They'll get spiritual benedictions that last forever. They'll bestow benediction on others. They'll transcend illusions. It's everything. I want them to know that. See, so we're working for that mission. See, and you guys that come and assist, right? We're all assistants in that mission. Even the guru is an assistant for the mission. See, to share, to taste, first and foremost, to taste these glories, to get purified, and then and then preaching becomes like this. All I'm doing is relishing the truth and glorifying the Lord just because He's wonderful. He's fantastic. Your heart overflows with this. God, you just want others to know this. See, the Lord, we're here to bring the Lord in. The demigods don't have that enough power. The demons don't either. The demigods, what are they announcing? They're announcing the demons are coming after you. The demons are trying to destroy the world. The demons want to make you slaves. Big time. See, they're announcing that. What are we announcing? We got, hey man, the Lord wants to come to you. The Lord wants to liberate you from this. There's no other real way to do it because every other way is material. You need the spiritual way. The Lord Caitanya realized what we're realizing here. The needs of man is spiritual. See, this spiritual awakening, this spiritual communion, this spiritual nourishment is the way. See? It's not enough just to announce that the demons are coming after you. So we use some of that. You say, yeah, the demons are coming after the world. They're changing it. But the Lord wants to come to you and protect you. We need protection, don't we? Well, I'm sorry, the New Age people and the good guys can't protect you. They also need to look to the Lord to protection. That's why you notice the demigods, to get empowered, ultimately look to the Lord. See, the only reason why the demons are more powerful now is they look to their Lord. Their Lord has given them more power. The demigods have gotten lazy. They always get that way. That's why they get overrun. Not enough austerities. See, not enough regulative worship. This gives you some power to overcome the demigods. But the demons have been worshiping Lucifer, their god, which you can call Shiva, the devil, whatever you want. But they got some power from that. That has energized them to take over. They got benedictions of that Lucifer, Luciferian thing. They got technology, and they're always corrupted by it. So they got more power than the demigods. That's why you see they're taking over now. So what are you going to do? You want to just turn everybody's attention? They're coming after us. They're coming after us, right? And what do we do? What can we do? Well, who went after Biden? Yeah, Biden's one of these guys. Who's went after Bill Gates? Who's deceived? Who has gotten rid of Klaus Schwab, the guy who's openly a Nazi? He even speaks like a Nazi and talks like. Who is actually saying, let's get rid of the guy? People are almost like powerless, right? And this all just keeps coming. The wars keep coming. The weather keeps coming. What alternative do we have but prayer to the true Lord, the genuine Lord? This, what we're doing here, the chanting and the grace that comes to us. Why? Because we're taking shelter in the right place, in where it's really happening, where the Lord is really benedicting in His transcendental spiritual presence. How many people really doing that? Well, you guys are trying to do it in religion, in Vaishnava religion, but the thing is, your leaders haven't found shelter themselves yet. They can't prove it, not one of them. And you're blindly believing in blind leaders. Where's the Bhagavad Gita 10:10 leader? To those who worship Krishna with loving ecstasy, I give them real transcendental knowledge. Where's a leader that has real transcendental knowledge? To them, I give them the real understanding to find me, to come back to me. Where's that leader that is going back to the Lord because they're getting the true revelation and realization because of loving ecstatic worship? Where is as it is in life, not just in the book as it is, but in life, a living person that God is in control of and is their controller. The love of God is controlling them. See, because they get the right understanding and real clear transcendental knowledge as it is. You need not only just in the book, it's not enough, is it? Well, they got the book, but they transmit something different. You need as it is in life, that where you can see that God is in that person. The love of Radha and Krishna is in that person. The knowledge of Radha and Krishna is in that person. See? Now you have a full, complete as it is. Not enough being Bhagavad Gita as it is, and then you speculate on it because you're not empowered to understand that. Only the Lord, only Radha and Krishna know themselves. Only those who Radha and Krishna give themselves to can know them. Simple. No brainer when you hear it here, huh? How come nobody's thought of this before? Because you need to be Bhagavad Gita 10:10. You have to have the blessing of Lord Caitanya. You have to have that real thing. So we're here to demonstrate. And you tomato throwers, all they do is squish here. We just, the truth is the truth. The truth is Satchidananda is here. The love of Radha and Krishna is here in our Sangha, man. It is here. Just surrender. You already lost, for God's sake, right there. You're lost. The truth is here. It's only believing in illusions, but illusions are so weak. It's like a mist. And we just move the mist. Oh, the truth just, and the illusion goes. That's the power of the truth. It's stronger than everything. Didn't Jesus say the truth will set you free? What, you think it's just a word to go Haridas? Well, it's a very powerful word. I take that word seriously because I see how many people it's setting them free. You believe in this word. Hey, man, I can't help it. I rub shoulders with the right people, with the right person. Just two, Radha and Krishna and their associates. Up close and personal. You want to rub shoulders with them too? We'll bring you right into the elite club here. Yeah. It's so exclusive that most of the world, they're excluded. They're excluded. But the Lord says, hey, man, bring some people in. Whoever wants to come in, I'll let them in. I'm feeling very rich and very powerful because I've tasted love of my greatest devotee, man. I'm just feeling rich. Bring in anybody else will just, and bring in some of those monkeys out there. Who will admit that they're not very smart and they're just a monkey, who will come under the shelter that you have. See? Hey, look at Lalitas and Govinda, they're part of the elite. They rub shoulders with the greatest souls in they're not even from this universe. They just come into this universe to benedict it by their presence. They benedict because the Lord they're living in the palace of the Lord. The Lord benedicts the world through them now. That's why anybody having controversy with those two, that's your contamination, man. And when you see that, now you're learning something. See, now you're starting to see the mountain in front of you, and you can say, be thou moved, mountain. You'll speak the word, and it'll go. Before, you can't speak the word because you can't see the mountain. See, so you can't speak it out of, hey, move, mountain. Hey, when you don't see the mountain, you can't move it, right? But this is the meaning of that verse in the Bible where Jesus said, when you have faith in the truth and you can speak to the mountain and it'll go, move it, move. See, that's what Johan Das went through and I went through. First Vaidhi Bhakti and now Raganuga Prema Bhakti path. Yeah, and you're still going through it too. See? Yeah. So you clear off this residue from that, they can't get rid of the false ego because it's religion. See, but you'll get rid of it here. Good riddance. Okay. And less powerful than Krishna's. Since Krishna's name is not contaminated with material qualities, there is no question of it being involved with Maya. See, so that's the real name. Okay, so there's no involvement with Maya in that. But have you realized that? Have you realized the quality of Krishna's name? You have to taste it. You have to taste that happiness of Krishna's name. And it shows because it's so powerful. It causes a jubilation in the body, man. In the temple. Then the tears come and all these beautiful symptoms of transcendental happiness. Then this name is not material. Otherwise, how do you really know? You don't really know. You just Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, and no symptoms of the jubilation of the transcendental mellows is manifesting in your body. You don't really know. You know how many gurus you can look at? Watch them chant Hare Krishna. See if the symptoms of knowing that name is spiritual, is manifesting in their body. And if it isn't, they're not real guru. You could leave them, no problem. Because it's not true. You should always leave whatever is an illusion. That's what the Bhagavatam teach. Look at Bali Maharaj. He had a guru, very powerful materially, he could take over the material universe. And he what is this? Oh, okay, I'm going to go to the real guru. The real guru that has a real understanding is Vamanadev. I take shelter, you Vamanadev. And his guru said, I'm going to curse you if you do that. If you serve Vamanadev, I'm going to curse you. I'm going to take all those benedictions I gave you, those material ones. That's all he could give. It's material benedictions. Okay? If you go to Vamanadev and serve him, I'm going to take all that away. And Bali says, okay, no problem. I already listened to Prahlad Maharaj, who had a higher teaching than you, had a more pure teaching. Yours is material. You just, all the world just looks at you as a great person because you're austere and you can do, like mystical things and all that stuff. And you have some mystical powers from your austerities. It's all material, man. I listened to Prahlad Maharaj, who taught me Satchidananda principles. So I identify the real spiritual master. He always the same teaching. You see, you're being taught by the same idea. I'm teaching you how to transcend that obstacle of materialistic gurus, neophyte gurus, who you're worshiping, which is idolatry. Your idol is, you notice in the car, they have a position called idle. Does the car go anywhere? No, it stays. It's in idle. That's your worship. That's why, where does idolatry come from? Idling your way, you're not making any spiritual progress, really. You die, you live doing rules and regulations that they taught you, and then you die doing rules and regulations. Is that spiritual yet? No, you didn't make it yet. So you idled away your time. So you want to get in gear? Well, you got to know there's a gear shift. We teach you how to move through the gears so your car moves, into eternal life, See? So we put that in gear shift. The gears are spiritual. They're in idle because they can't move the gears. They don't have the spiritual gears. So they can't, that moves the car. See? And the car is not the material body. The car is the spiritual body. That's the real car. See, you got to get that, get the spirit, you learn how to, that you have a gear shift. And so anyway, the spiritual body has to be awakened. See, and then you learn how to move through the gears so that body moves. The spiritual body moves deeper, into the blissful realm. You notice people move their bodies, they fly and do all these things. Well, our spirit, like Lalita started saying, I'm flying. And you heard, your material body's sitting in one place, but she's flying. See? Because it's the spiritual body that's his flying. And this is beyond even, in heaven, you have a subtle bodies, right? And you can have airplanes and all these things, subtle stuff. But this flying, you fly like Gopakumara through the universal coverings. Your soul is just naturally attracted to what's beyond those coverings because you got the blessings of those who are beyond the coverings, even here in this world. See, you become qualified to enter those subtle realms beyond the material universe, beyond liberation, that universe, that covering of liberation, they call it. There's a certain stratum of that. Some people are stuck there for a long time, man. Some souls, and they're just looking at this liberated thing. They don't have the service, the deeper service of the Lord. They just got the rays, See, you get the rays here too, right? And you get the rays. You got to go deeper. By the grace and mercy of Gurudev and my beloved Lord Caitanya Mahaprabhu, I'm seeing things quite clear now. Oh, great. Yeah, you see, that's what it is. It's the grace of Guru and Lord Caitanya. You see how important it is from the outside also. See, especially that false ego layer. So give us a word there, Lalita.
Yeah, you were talking about those wars and all those disasters in the world. And actually, if you know that actually the Lord is omniscient and omnipotent, and why would you make any other choice than taking shelter at Satchitananda? Really not taking shelter at religion, but really taking shelter where you can feel the Lord is really present here. He's working here. Find devotees who are testifying for a guru who is really giving that shelter of the Lord. Invest in your eternal life. That's what we are doing here. And it makes such a difference to feel now, oh my God, I am so protected. I am so protected no matter what happens in the world. I feel that. I'm really convinced about that because I found your association. I really feel lifted up out of this, and I know this is for always and always. That is what Lord Caitanya brought. That is really being saved.
Yeah. Yeah, you could see that, like if you look at the war thing and you look at the people and they're taking sides and they're in, this is a Ras, and you could see the hatred Ras. The Palestinian, let's annihilate, let's flatten them and all this, and then you got the other sides, they're people taking sides and say, no, the Palestinians, we're going to work for them. And so this is a kind of a taste and they're in it, and that blinds them to the deeper truths because of their love for that taste. And they you know, you think that this hatred thing is that they that you know, like the stuff some of these people are saying is unbelievable. Well, it's believable because it's this way the world works. They're relishing the rot. They're relishing the ras of hatred, of hating somebody so much. See, and hating each other. See, this is the divide and conquer thing, and they can't see the higher forces of people causing that divide and what do you call it? Communication between the hated and the hatred. You know, they can't see that. See, that's the blindness, but we can see it. The more you go deeper into tasting transcendental rasa, you could see how people are bound by their love for the world, their hate for the world, the hate for people, hate for, you know, it keeps them in this prison. And that's why there'll always be wars in this world. And there'll be peace sometimes. And then there'll be wars and there'll be peace because it's a contaminated place. You know, it's a place you need to transcend.
Yeah. And nobody takes the advice of the Lord because they can't communicate with them. All these problems, that lack of peace in the world is because of lack of spirit. People are full of hate, jealousy, pride because of lack of spirit.
Yeah. Lack of spiritual taste. See, this is the thing. This is what Lord Caitanya came to teach the world, and that we're here to continue that teaching, is how to taste spirit. See, spiritual objects. There's like, just like we have material objects, we have persons, places, and things in this world. That objects, they're nouns, they're objects. And people try to taste these things. They taste these things in the modes of nature. See, it's a taste. Well, the Lord wants to give the gift of spiritual taste, which is usually people are striving for through by austerities and all kinds of various paths, but they often don't even know what they're striving for. It's not clear. See, Lord Caitanya just came to give the clarity. He said, here, this is what life is really about. This is what transcendence is about. This is what spiritual liberation is about, is to taste the glories of the spiritual object and objective. See, object, objective. The object and the objective is the same. See, the object is Krishna. The objective to attain is Krishna. This is how Krishna, when you go deep in this, you see the symbolism of how the Lord has set everything up, has relationship with him. The supreme objective is Krishna. Literally, when you can chant Krishna and your heart melts with this loving, spontaneous devotion awakening, you have the object and you've attained the objective. See, the objective is that love for that object. That's spiritual. People don't know that. These gurus don't know this. You can know this because you see a persons here now, who taste the object, the spiritual object, because they have awakened spiritual senses. And they've attained the objective, which is love of Krishna, the awakening, the fructification of love of Krishna. That's the objective. And by tasting the object, you attain the objective. But if you can't taste that object, which is spiritual, you'll go, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Hare. The love of God hasn't manifested. And people do that their whole lives and die. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. I did my 16 rounds. And then they die in that consciousness. You think Lalita, she's Hare Krishna in ecstasy like that. She dies in that consciousness. What you bind on earth, you bind in spirit, Jesus said. See? So you bind this devotion. That's why the Lord comes here. That's why the devotees come here, to help us bind the awakened spiritual taste, so that when we pass from the body, we're no different than we were here. But the full result is experienced, because it can't be experienced in the body. It'll explode. What do you think it means? Krishna is brighter than a million suns. Can you imagine him looking at a million suns in this body? That's the miracle, how he holds himself at a proper level so that we can survive in this world. You know, when I had that first experience with the awakening, it could only last a few weeks, because I knew I wasn't, the body was burning up under the potency of this intimacy with God for 3 weeks. It was 24/7. I couldn't put anything down in this body. It was just pure energy coming through. And that happens. I've read this. It happens. Sometimes devotees, they go through a powerful experience, transformation like this, like an initiation of the Lord getting things ready inside that person, cleaning them, really like cleaning them out, making them a vessel, opening up all the chakras, It was all like being in a light socket for 3 weeks. My God, man. Unbelievable. Yeah. And so then, but see, the Lord works with the body that we have, so we're still promoting the truth, right? We still realize, we're experiencing, tasting all these beautiful things, but the full result is in the next, in the spirit body, like fully in the spirit body. But anyway, the Lord, Bhagavatam talks about that. In 10th canto, it says that we cannot feel the full result of this until in the spirit body fully, because this material body just cannot take the onslaught of so much happiness. Yeah. That's why you see sometimes it got so extreme with Lord Caitanya that people were rolling. Can you imagine rolling on the ground, man? There's just so much energy. Just, this war is a big group karma. Yeah, it's all karma in this world, man. Good karma, bad karma, it's still karma. You want to get out of karma completely, come here, because we don't do karma here. We eat it for breakfast. We eat it up. Yeah. All right, a little bit more, and then let's see. It's amazing. This is just one verse, but it's so glorious. So much glory in it, because if we realize this verse, that it is the most important thing we can do at all costs is to attain this attachment to this name. Because look at the verse. This person realized this, and I can't help but glorify it again, because the Lord's showing me the truth of this. Lalita's even my disciple is seeing the experience of this. It's fabulous to see. To me, when I see people wealthy like her and Govinda, I think, wow, Lord, thank you for giving me some new friends, actually. But to make true happiness for those souls, to liberate them from illusion. I feel so successful already, and we're just starting. And that, when I'm just, as I say, you guys out there watching, some of you are already like them. But I'm only doing because they come up. You start coming up more, hey man, you'll see, you'll get it, you'll get some. You want someone, get up there and start giving some classes. Freddie and Janaki's and Amy. Well, Amy, just go at your own pace, Fanny, maybe. Get up there. I'd like to. I just love to see. I want to see the Lord's work. Well, I'm already seeing it. And that's beautiful. But anyway, if you do, if you wonder why I'm not, because the more you get up, the more I'll see. It goes right in my face. And then but we have, a lot of people getting this bhakti, man. Look at Nitai Chandra. He's becoming really happy. Who is it? Lokanaji. I think he's, he went for a while and then he's back, and I think he likes what we're doing. And so many, was it Janine? This Carol, was it Caroline or is it Carolyn or something? Yeah, a lot of people getting, and Daphne, Daphne. How many others? Look, Janardhan. Yeah, man, I feel like I'm getting more and more wealthy just by seeing you get wealthy. That's amazing. To me, you guys are my wealth. You know why? Because I can glorify the Lord in you, man. My Lord loves to glorify his devotees. You don't think I get the same feeling? Amen. If you share the same heart, the Lord, amen. The Lord, you get to partake of the happiness of the Lord, and he likes to glorify his real devotees. Yeah. That's why we're trying to smash all the obstacles, all the mountains, with the club, just keep clubbing the mountains, and so that so that can come out, the glory, the glory of the Lord coming more fully inside you. It's great, man, and you'll see, then you'll get. Madhusudana replying to Freddie, lecture on Srimad Bhagavatam. The more you are engaged in devotional service, the more your senses become pure and uncovered. And when it is completely uncovered without any designation, then you are capable to serve Krishna. This apprenticeship in Vaidhi Bhakti, that is the apprenticeship. Vaidhi Bhakti, that is the apprenticeship, right? Real Bhakti, pure Para Bhakti, that is, Raganuga Bhakti. This Raganuga Bhakti, we have to come after surpassing Vaidhi Bhakti, yeah. And see, that verse needs an explanation, because the people teach, you see, you got to surpass Vaidhi Bhakti by perfecting Vaidhi Bhakti, and that's a delusion. That's an illusion. That's when you can only get by getting the Shiksha Guru. Okay? You'll come to so many conclusions because of pride, false pride, and all that stuff. What's the real conclusion? Well, I just go to the Bhagavatam nonchalantly and say to these, use that's not even the Bhagavatam yet. That's the prelude to it. See, you want to surpass the Vaidhi path? Well, then you have to do what the sages did in the first canto of the Bhagavatam. They said they came to the Shiksha Guru. They came to their Shiksha Guru. They could recognize the liberated soul and said, can you provide an easier way than this Vaidhi Bhakti? Because we can spend our whole lives, and people have already, their whole lives, trying to perfect the Vaidhi Bhakti to surpass it and everything, because they didn't hear here. And they can't hear the Bhagavad. They studied the Bhagavatam, and they can't hear those sages. But I'll tell you what the sages say, because you need to hear what the sages said from the Shiksha Guru. The sages says, we do not want to spend our whole lives just trying to perfect Vaidhi Bhakti and the rules and the regulation and the ceremonial worship, because it will take us our whole lives to perfect that. So give us an easier way to attain the Lord. And Sutta Goswami said, probably I'll embellish it a little bit. He said, I'm glad you asked. And I say to you, Vaidhi Bhaktis, I'm glad I asked for you, because you don't have the power to do it yourself. Like Bhakti Vinod, he used to give classes You know what he did? He would ask the questions. His audience didn't have the power to even ask the questions. Oh, you have to be empowered to ask questions about this subject matter. Proper ones. Okay? So I'll ask the question for you. Is anybody ready? Do you realize, have you lost faith that you can perfect your bhakti by doing rules and regulations more for another 10 years, another 20 years? That you're going to surpass Vaidhi Bhakti by doing that? Well, the great sages in Bhagavatam, you can't learn this unless you listen it to spoken, because your gurus can't speak this word. They speak another word, don't they? Do more rules and regulations and surpass that way. The misunderstanding of a Prabhupada. I'm here to clarify that on his order. You don't listen to this word, you're still following these gurus' word. Yes, see this verse. Madhusudan might even believe it, do it that way. See, so just do the rules and regulations and surpass, and then they die Vaidhi Bhaktas still, not knowing what they could know here. No, I just point out, I'm not speculating. I'm not making any of this up. It's right there in Bhagavatam when you hear it there, because the Lord shows me why. Because of Bhagavad Gita 10:10, right? You get the right understanding and real transcendental knowledge to see what's in that book, and shows you that real ecstatic, pure worship of the Lord. It purifies your heart, like Bhagavatam says, only the purified in heart, the 100% purified in heart can understand Srimad Bhagavatam. And you see some of that going on here, don't you? It shows you this is the purification of heart that makes you understand things as they are. And people have to listen if they want to move on, move deeper. Yeah, so Sutta Goswami and Shukadev, they said the same thing. Oh, you should hear from a self-realized soul. They all said that. Shukadev Goswami said that. Sutta Goswami heard it and became realized, and then did the same thing with the sages. Ramananda Roy said, taught the same thing. Just give up your speculations and listen to this from a self-realized soul who knows Krishna truly, genuine, the rare one, very rare, like him, ecstatic devotee, purified devotee. Yeah, and then very quickly, spontaneous love of God awakens in your heart. See, always the same teaching that nobody knows except the Bhagavatam. It's somebody who's realized the Bhagavatam verses by ecstatic worship. Always the same teaching. Bhagavatam says by regular classes in Srimad Bhagavatam, by a self-realized soul, and by service to the pure devotee, who's a self-realized soul, realizing the true self. All that's troublesome to your heart goes. And then ecstatic love awakens. See, always the same teaching. And they don't even know that. Their gurus don't know that. Their followers don't know that. The mountain is still in front of them. But all the books say the same thing. It's amazing how simple it could be. If you see the essential, it's like a vein of gold running through everything. The vein, see? I teach you the vein of gold is that, see? Right? And Adi Lila on the spiritual master, simply times of Lord Caitanya. And his philosophy, the relationships, these truths, one can develop deep love for Lord Caitanya, for Krishna. See, always the same thing. That's why, look, Lalita, she's listened attentively. Govinda listens attentively. Look at the result. Look at the result of those who don't yet listen attentively. They're kind of slower. It's a little slower, a lot slower. See, attentive hearing, following the process, serving the spiritual master, serving the devotees. So I say, some people, hey man, give Govinda a little donation if you can afford it, right? Why not? He's an ecstatic devotee. You don't think Krishna's gave my ecstatic devotee. You know what it says? You give a Brahmin. And this stuff is in scripture. This is all true, man. You give to somebody in the world and you get it comes back one time or something. Give to a Brahmin maybe 10 times back. Because Brahmins still have usually false ego and motive and stuff like that. But they're a Brahmin, so maybe get it 5 or 10 times back or something like that. See, but you help devotees who have real devotion, who are intimate with the Lord, that they carry the Lord in their heart. Can you imagine the result you're going to get? It's unlimited. Whatever you do for the cause. That's why even people who left here and do all that stuff, the Lord ain't forgetting. He's going to deliver you very quickly. My ex-wife, Meena, all of them, Mahavirya, he don't forget nothing. They forget. But my Lord doesn't forget them. I don't forget them. That's why I'm trying to help them here now. Even though this may... See, so that's the idea. And this is not like these motivated people, they use these verses, to build these big churches and stuff. Yeah, it's not that. I think it's getting choppy now or something, but let's see. Okay, it's okay now. Need to go now, Guru Maharaj. Listen while waiting. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Thanks for coming there, Lalita. So anyway, whatever. Yeah. Well, yeah, you may think it's clear. Like I would ask you to, like, what is the meaning? The thing is, we make it more clear. This is the thing, you need to hear these verses explained, because otherwise you can misunderstand them, or they're not. You need to see where it links to what we're doing here now. So simple when you know Krishna is omniscient and all omnipowerful. Why would you make another choice than choosing Satchidananda? Yeah, exactly. See, that's what Johan Das went through and I went through. First Vaidhi Bhakti. Yeah, exactly. If you are not Raghunuga, you are just wandering in the maze, finding a way out. By the grace and mercy of Gurudev and my beloved. Yeah, okay. Oh, I see. I already read this. So what you bind on earth, you bind in the spiritual world. Well, actually, what you could say, you can look at it, what you bind on earth, you bind. If you bind the spiritual world on earth, you bind it. You bind yourself to the spiritual world, the real self, that you're a servant of the transcendental Lord. That's what it's about, because that's who we really are. We're a servant of the transcendental Lord. Not this Maya, as we serve this Maya so much, so many lifetimes. Yeah. So we're lucky to learn how to serve the transcendental Lord simply by chanting. Yeah. Okay. Let's play the song. I think it's time to move around a little bit. Thank you very much. I don't know, man, this verse is kind of, let's see, let's check this. I don't know. I want to read a little more of the verse. Let me complete the verse, maybe. Krishna's name is always liberated and spiritual. It is never conditioned by the laws of material nature. This is because the name of Krishna and Krishna himself are identical. Yeah, that's great. Yeah. So we'll leave it here, and let's gotta rest my voice a little bit here. Wow, that Chaitanya one disappeared. I'm not going to find that one here. Chaitanya. Is that it? Yeah, there we go.
He would go out at sunrise, chanting, dancing to his name. Hari Bol, Hari Bol. He would wake up everyone, rise and rejoice to the name. Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Mukunda Madhava, Govinda Hari, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he has come to taste and give away the sweetness of his brain. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, all you have to do is take to the sweet chanting heart. Hari Bol. Every day the sun will rise, every day the sun will set. Hari Bol. What's the value of your life if devotion you don't get? Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Take the name into your heart, take it with you when you part. Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he has come to taste and give away the sweetness of his brain. Chaitanya.
Thank you for coming, everybody. It was a lot of fun playing with Krishna.